Hey guys, it's Danette with Pear Hill Farms. Today, Denise and I have a little task we're gonna take care of. We have been keeping you updated on all of our cabbage that we have planted, and what we thought we might lose. We are gonna we didn't lose what we thought we were. So today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna harvest what cabbage heads we can. And we are going to do a pickled canned cabbage. Cosmopolitan and she actually got it from 1870s Homestead, Miss Rachel. Now we do our candied jalapenos recipe from Miss Rachel at 1870s Homestead, and it's divine. So I'm pretty certain that this pickled cabbage will be good. So we're going to gather and harvest the cabbage today and get it going, and we'll show you how we do it, and then we'll let you know how it turns out. Okay guys, the guys are here. Eric went out and picked the cabbage, so let me show you what we got. Look at that nice head. 2 buckets full, and he's rinsing and taking off the outer leaves. How many worms have you found?
Just a few cabbage worms.
Yeah.
They're washing down the drain.
Yeah.
They're going swimming.
Yeah. And Stumpy's over here. He's getting it cut small enough that we'll be able to shred it here in just a minute. Hey, Stumpy.
Hey, Stumpy.
And so, of course, that'll go to the chickens or to the pigs or somewhere. But look at this. Now, our purple cabbage didn't do very big, but it'll be just enough to get a little color in our coleslaw. So we're excited about that. Hey guys, we're inside now, and Stumpy is shredding all of our cabbage. Ooh, I'm on a dog foot. Sorry. Move, dog. So we're gonna get this going. Get it sliced. Okay, so as I said, this recipe is from the 1870s Homestead. Was the original person, and because we've used her candied jalapenos or cowboy candy recipe, we figured this would be a good recipe. But with Constance over on Cosmopolitan Cornbread, she actually shared it again, and so I just printed out her recipe, and I'm going to go ahead and get the brine going while the guys are shredding the cabbage. We got a little bit of purple we're going to blend in with it. Those heads didn't get very big, but the biggest heads was our Cheers cabbage that made. The other green didn't do well, did it, Eric? The first 2 rows.
There's a few that are about this big around right now.
Right.
They may grow some more. It's just now,
right.
Getting probably really good temp for them.
Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get over here and I'm going to get the brine ready. Denise is bringing the carrots to go in it. But the brine for one recipe calls for white distilled vinegar,
like a ninja,
2.5 cups, 2 1/3 cups granulated sugar. That'll be the brine, and then once we get the cabbage in the jars, we'll put in the salt, the celery seed it calls for, and the pickle crisp, if Denise can find it. I don't know if she can find it or not. But I'm going to go ahead and get I think we have about, how many heads do you think we had?
27.
No, I would say...
Probably 12, 14 heads.
Yeah, I picked probably, of course, probably 12 of these heads, which,
Or probably equivalent to probably...
Maybe two regular big old cabbage.
6 heads, maybe 6 heads.
6 to 8 heads, I would say 6 to 8.
Okay, so I'm just gonna then add, goodness gracious, that's a lot of sugar I'm gonna have to add, but we'll get it, we'll figure it out. The brine. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the brine together and let it be cooking.
Empty it, don't you?
Yeah.
So that's beautiful. I can't wait to get carrots in it. You know it?
Yeah.
You need fresh carrots?
We'll use, she actually shredded 3 carrots for this. She had 1 head. She shredded 3 carrots.
So you need carrots to shred in it?
Denise is bringing the shredded carrots to us. They're already shredded.
10-4.
And
Go so I can get some if we need it.
yeah. So
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
you think I'm be safe to 6 times this recipe? Because it calls for 1 head of cabbage. Do you think?
Yeah, I think 6 would be
6 times. So that'd be 15 cups of sugar. For the brine. Recipe called for 2.5 cups white distilled vinegar.
I didn't know y'all were doing a video.
2 1/3 of granulated sugar. We figured we'd probably have 6 heads of cabbage, so we multiplied that times 6. So I've got about 15 cups of sugar, 15 cups of white vinegar on the stove. I'm gonna cook down and get dissolved. So with this recipe, I didn't read the instructions all the way before we started doing it, but that's okay. It's all going to work out good. My husband's looking at me funny. Anyway, once we get this cabbage shredded, we're going to cover it in salt, massage the salt in it. We're going to put it in a massage. Say that again?
Massage, is that mix? Or...
Massage.
Massage the cabbage.
We are going to massage the salt into the cabbage. Anyway, Tuffy said no comment. Okay, we try to keep this channel clean. So, anyway.
Clean channel. They clean the cabbage.
They did clean the cabbage. So what we're going to do is they're almost done. You can see right there, shredding it.
Stick around for the masseuse in action.
We're going to do some massaging.
That's right.
And then I'm not even going to show it. Not even going there. So then we're going to cover it in salt and work that salt into the cabbage by massaging it. Let it sit 2 to 4 hours. And while it sits covered with a tea towel, we will go make some visits that we need to go do. And when we come back, the brine's already mixed. I just got to heat it up and cook it. We'll get the carrots in it. We'll stuff the jars, our hot jars. We'll put our celery seed, our pickle crisp in it, and then we'll jar it up and can it in a. I'm excited to see how it tastes. Now we have to let it sit for 4 weeks. They say for this particular. It probably is. The longer it sits. Usually that's how these brines work. And so I knew with a vinegar base with sugar in it that it was going to be a sweet brine, because that's kind of how we make our brines for our broccoli salads and stuff like that. So those are always good. So anyway, we're going to finish here, and then we're going to do some massaging. So y'all stay with us. It calls for one recipe, it calls for 2 tablespoons. So we probably need 12 tablespoons of Cayman salt. Okay, she did 3 whole carrots.
Just very lightly.
Finely shredded. So I'm not sure how much that is equivalent to. So those don't go in here yet.
Yeah, I'm just
very lightly.
Sprinkle.
Mm-hmm.
Does it matter? Just a tablespoon?
It's 2 tablespoons per recipe, so we're going to spread 12 tablespoons out.
2 tablespoons right here, or
Yes, go ahead. Now she can.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Let me massage it.
We're massaging.
Cabbage is good, isn't it?
It will be. About 4 to 6 weeks.
Good things come to those who wait.
Food's food.
There it is. So we'll let this sit 2 to 4 hours, and we'll bring y'all back with us when we jar it up and put the brine in it and the carrots in it. Hey guys, we're back. We actually went and treated ourselves to some dinner at a small restaurant we like down across the Florida state line. But anyway, we're back. It's been about 4 hours, and it's time to rinse the cabbage. So let's have it here. It's been sitting in that salt. And so what we got to do is we got to rinse it really good and get all that salt, as much salt off as we can. And then you let it sit in a strainer if you want to. And then we're going to add some carrots. So, and I'm putting it in another strainer and let it sit while it, you know, to get the rest of the water off. You know. So, isn't that pretty? Look at that. And then once you add the carrots, it's going to be a beautiful coleslaw.
It's a good one.
Hey guys, so Eric's still rinsing the last of it, but I've added the carrots, the shredded carrots, to the coleslaw. We're going to have a huge, look how pretty that is. The brine is ready. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get this mixed up real good, start packing it in our warm jars. And we're going to put our celery seeds in it and our pickling crisp. We've never used this, but we got this. We're going to try it and see what it does. It should crisp up this coleslaw.
My sister-in-law over here, she's getting y'all another video ready. How about that?
Multitasking.
Multitasking.
Multitasking. Isn't that pretty?
Beautiful.
Okay guys, I'm going to start packing these jars. We got them hot. I'm hot. Let me make sure there's no water in them.
What?
No water. So I'm going to pack these jars, leaving a 1/2 inch headspace. Now, she puts them up in pint jars. I'm doing them in quarts because generally when we cook, we're cooking for a herd. So, spoon to pack it down in there.
And you gotta put what? Anything in it?
For the, well, if you can find the celery seed.
Celery seeds?
Uh-huh.
Look out, dog.
And for the pint, it says a pinch of celery seed, so I think you would do 2 pinches for quarts, right? If there's not in there, I think there's some.
Here's some. How much you need?
For the pint, it's a pinch, so
Okay.
it's going to be a little more than a pinch.
Well,
for
a
the
quart is 2 pints, so 2 pinches.
Yeah, do 2 pinches.
Hey, Johnny, you will think.
So, Eric is doing the pinching of the celery seed. Stumpy's getting my jars washed and then hot. I'm packing the cabbage. It's going to be pretty. Once we get all this...
Put them in the bottom of the jar.
It won't hurt nothing.
No, it doesn't. She said
Oh, yeah, probably have to pour your brine over it. Let it.
we're going to pour our brine over it, so it'll go down. We got to work our air out of that. I was reading a lot of the comments in Miss Constance's post, and everyone loved it that was posting. Some people just eat it straight out of the jar. Some people eat it on their hot dogs and hamburgers. Okay, we are on the final jar. And Stumpy guessed right. He pulled out 14 jars. 14 jars. And we're going to have 14 jars. I could probably add a tat to some of those other jars too. And so what we're going to do right here is we're going to add our last of our celery seed. And then we're going to put our pickle crisp in it. Now for the pints, it called for an eighth teaspoon of pickle crisp. So we're going to do a quarter, 2/8. Yeah, 2/8 makes a quarter. So we'll do a quarter teaspoon of
Pickle crisp.
pickle crisp. It's right here in each jar.
Quarter teaspoon.
Let me verify. Actually, she has a half a teaspoon. Now, what did she put? Let me look right here. It's actually, Eric, I apologize. Now, what does line 7 say? What does line 7 say?
Pinch of celery seed and an 1/8 teaspoon of pickle crisp.
But on the ingredients, it calls for
Half a teaspoon of pickle crisp to each jar. Is that for a pint?
she's making pints, right? She's putting them in pints, packing them in pints.
Well, you want to do a quarter or a half? And it
So
says
is
4 pinches of celery seed. How many pints is she making with that? 4 pints?
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
4
right.
pints.
So-
That's why.
Okay, so
So your ingredients is for a 4-pint recipe.
that's right. Sorry.
That's all right. It's okay. Yeah, but that's why it's a half.
It's
a
the
teaspoon.
total. That's right. So
So-
yes, so an eighth
So an eighth.
per jar for a pint. So it is gonna be a quarter.
Yeah, let me see if I can get the 8. We'll do.
And I've never used the pickle crisp.
It looks like snow.
Yeah. Can you see that? Let me show you.
It's extra crunch. Pickle crisp. Looks like little beads.
Yeah. I know what Stumpy's doing. He's gonna put on a pot of coffee, I bet. Coffee?
Okay, so that's that. And
What is it made of, Eric? Does it say? What's
Yeah.
its ingredients?
It comes off the coffee plant.
No, it's what? Calcium chloride?
Just one of them.
Our Old Faithful. We've shared it with the story behind this right here. This was Mom's. Wasn't it? Right? Mom's? Growing up.
It's bad.
So I'm going to add my brine to each jar. And then we have to work the bubbles out of it. We have to debubble it. I bet you could use apple cider vinegar.
It'd be better.
I saw somebody say they use apple cider vinegar instead. I might have to try that on the next time.
It's dripping, Johnny. Nothing ain't running down the side of the cabinet.
I'm gonna wipe everything.
That stuff's
Strong in it.
oh my goodness. Whoa! Nelly. Whoa, Nelly.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny boy.
You got it going on.
That stuff's running out to the highway out there now.
So you want to leave a 1/4 inch headspace on these.
A 1/4 inch.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that ain't very much, but you about there on all of them.
Actually, leaving, well, on the, okay. Pour the brine, she didn't say. Maintain the headspace
Now,
if
what
needed.
did you use in the brine?
It's sugar and white vinegar.
Oh.
You think I need any more? I need to debubble.
You need something besides that. I'd use a butter knife.
It won't react.
I don't know if it will.
What about this? This.
Yeah, that'd be alright.
Chopsticks work well.
Chopsticks do work really well.
So when they say debubble, you want to run your wand or your chopstick or whatever. You want to make sure that
Trying to get the air
out of it.
Which, you know, is not as great of concern because we're not pressure canning. In other words, we're just water bathing these. So,
But there is a lot of air trapped down
air causes venting, or I'm sorry, air in your jar causes siphoning. I'll get it out in a
in a
minute.
pressure canner though, right?
In a pressure canner.
Right.
It causes siphoning, which means it causes your liquid to come out underneath your lid. And so, if you're having problem with siphoning or your liquid leaving your jars when you pressure can, it can be a couple different things. It can be too much air left in the jar with whatever you're canning, over tightening the jar. You know, it's supposed to siphon the air out, but not the liquid. All the air is, that's what?
Women, get you a man that knows canning.
Hallelujah. Shanana. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway,
Denise is looking at us like,
but
oh
anyway,
my Lord.
well, I don't want my food to run, or I want to take the best care of it. But anyway, back to what causes your liquid to leave. Siphoning can be caused by too much air in the jar or over tightening your lid. That's the reason you just want to finger tight. The reason you just want it finger tight is so the air can get out and the lid will stay on. Then as the jar cools and the pressure leaves the jar, you get the little, and I guess I'm saying that right, but anyway, it seals. There shouldn't be any air in there at that point, which the reason it will stay shelf stable. That's our canning lesson 101.
Canning lesson 101. Now before
Continue next week.
before we put lids on, we're going
Lids. Oh yeah, they got.
we're going to get some white vinegar,
vinegar.
and we're going to use a little paper towel. We're going to clean these rims off before.
My wife will show you how to do that.
Yeah. Ooh, that's sticky.
Gooey, gooey,
Sticky, sticky. That's why you want to make sure you clean them rims so you're
That's that sugar.
a sugar in it.
This vinegar I'm putting on this rag right here will help cut any of that stickiness off.
So I've done these this way, sweetie.
Okie dokie. These I would think you would want wrong tight.
Woo! I About lost that jar.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Where's the things at? I gotta get them.
A rack. Is it on the bottom?
Yeah.
And so on the pints, she says cold can them, cold process them for 15 minutes. We're gonna go a little bit longer since we did ours in quarts.
How long you got a hot bathroom?
Well, we're gonna do 20 minutes. Pints are 15.
20 minutes.
Look at that. Look at that. Coleslaw. Isn't that pretty?
It is purty.
Not pretty. Pretty.
You're making fun of me.
You are.
The big one.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you like? Oh, you hadn't liked this one. Go ahead and do it. Okay. Try to remember to grab the camera to show you the end result.
Not in the end.
And Stumpy, what is it you always say?
A simple life is a much more enjoyable life.
Hey, thank y'all.
God bless you. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for joining us. We will see you on the next video.